Akira sleeps at night and dreams about when he was still an office worker. He one day tried to get a temporary leave from his boss as he felt very ill. But his boss didn't care and told Akira that he couldn't get a leave unless he died from overworking. His boss's words came to Akira as vicious blows and made him work to his death. Akira wakes up from this nightmare and wonders why he is not in his office. After taking a look around, Akira sees that he is in a bedroom and realizes that he doesn't have to work anymore because of the zombie apocalypse. Akira believes that this apocalypse has ended his own apocalypse and thanks the world for blessing him. So, he wishes the world a good morning and decides to have as much fun as he can while he still remains human. He starts the day in this new zombie apocalyptic world by cleaning up his apartment, which he couldn't do all this time because of his workload. He washes his dirty clothes and even cleans his own toilet so much that it reflects his own happy face. After cleaning everything, Akira's OCD is over and he feels that he should take his time to eat something good as well. He opens the fridge to find a can of beer, which he eagerly drinks as he finally begins to enjoy his freedom. He can't believe skipping work and drinking beer first thing in the morning would taste so good, and he calls the beer the drink of the gods. Disclaimer: don't trust this guy. Do not drink while driving or anywhere else. Anyway, after appreciating the beer, Akira thanks God for making Earth a literal heaven, even though every other main character would call it hell. He then turns on the TV and sees the news displaying aerial footage of Tokyo, Japan. According to the news reporter, fires are blazing everywhere, and people have been getting infected extravagantly. The news reporter shows some dudes behind her trying to block the gates so that zombies can't come in and tells the citizens that even their own studio is in danger. She adds that because of this zombie outbreak, workers from everywhere have evacuated, which has caused telecommunications and the internet to go down. She begs the government to help the citizens in this epidemic. But before she can finish off her speech, a zombie finishes her off. After seeing the news, Akira finally starts to realize how bad things are in the world and wonders if someone will ever find a cure. Akira doesn't want to play hero just because he is alive, so he decides to spend his day sitting here idly, drinking beer. However, he sees that he has already run out of beer and disaster finally strikes him. He wonders what he should do as he cannot slack off all day without his beer, and ends up deciding to go outside to find beer. But as he peeks at the outside world, he realizes he stands no chance against the undead zombies. So, Akira looks at his empty beer can once again and wonders which he should pick, his life or a harmful drink. On the other hand, a husband and wife stand behind the door, waiting for their end, as the zombies have almost infiltrated their way in. The wife, Miss Kasaka, loses all hope as she knows that the police force has turned into zombies as well. Her husband, Mr. Kasaka, tells her not to give up just yet and believes that a miracle would happen if they just sat in their apartment. But his wife knows they have no chance of surviving at all. So, Mr. Kasaka goes out on the balcony, wondering what he should do to save his loved one, and hopes that someone will help them out. That's when he sees Akira climbing down right beside him using a pipe and gets completely thrown off. It causes the couple more shock to see a living, breathing human than a horde of zombies. Akira explains that he is only using this pipe to climb down as the stairwell in his building is crawling with zombies. The Kasaka couple offers Akira their help and tells him to come in, as they believe they will be safe together inside. However, Akira doesn't want their help and explains to them that he is actually going to the outside world. He introduces himself to the couple and tells them he lives just next door. After a basic introduction, Akira mentions to the couple that he is actually going to the convenience store and asks them if they need him to bring them some stuff as well. As he swiftly jumps down, Miss Kasaka hesitantly asks him to bring some toilet paper on his way back. Akira gives them a thumbs up and goes on his way, attracting many zombies in the meantime. He manages to outrun the horde of zombies by riding a bike and eagerly waits for the moment when he will get a chance to eat a beer. Shortly after, Akira reaches the convenience store totally unscathed and doesn't notice that a mysterious camera attached to another bike is keeping an eye on his movements. He looks for beer in the store and finds something tastier: a living, breathing woman. The girl named Shizuka sees Akira but acts as if she doesn't care and proceeds to do her own shopping. Akira tries to small talk with her, but she doesn't seem to care and minds her own business. Still, he keeps following her and even asks for her contact information. So, she finally speaks up and explains why she is ignoring him. Shizuka explains that she cannot team up with someone so ignorant and reckless that they would just risk their lives because of some beer. That's why she thinks she cannot team up with him. Right at that very moment, a few zombies sneak behind the girl, and even though Akira just got insulted, he goes in front of her to become a human shield for her. Yet she becomes the one to save Akira. pulling him back in the nick of time as a truck runs into the store and cruises the zombie. Akira is left completely amazed, but before he can thank Shizuka for saving him, she leaves the place but at the same time enters the heart of Akira. Akira notices that his bike has broken down too because of the truck, so he makes a run for it as he sees a zombie begin to chase him. Conveniently, there's a scooter parked right around the corner for our protagonist, and he uses it to safely outrun the zombies. On his way back, Akira notices everyone's dream bike parked on the road and decides to have an Uber for his ride. He then rides the bike and even does an impressive stunt, ending the short journey with quite a thrill. Akira then climbs up the ladder and remembers that Miss Kasaka had told him to buy toilet paper. Since there's no point in going back, Akira decides to offer the couple some beer to please and jumps into their balcony. But what he sees completely breaks his heart as once he enters the Kasaka couple's apartment, he finds that they have already met their end. Seeing such a tragedy, Akira realizes how precious a life is and decides to survive this apocalypse so that he can die at the proper time and in old age. He opens up his notebook and adds a bucket list of what he wants to do before his time comes. The first thing that Akira writes on his bucket list is that he wants to confess to the girl he loves. Akira has done that already, so he writes the second one to clean his room, which he has also done, followed by drinking beer all day and riding a bike, which he has also done. So he marks out all 4 of these tasks. For the 5th task, Akira wonders what he should do and decides to try out dreadlocks. He then keeps writing similar stupid tasks on his bucket list, but he only manages to write 30 of them. He wonders what he really wants to do and remembers his farmer father working hard in the village. So, he decides to go home and spend time with his parents if he can one day. After adding some more wishes, Akira closes the notebook and ends his second day of the zombie apocalypse. On the other side, we get to see the perspective of the same day of the girl who Akira met at the store earlier. The girl Shizuka wakes up right at 6 o'clock in the morning and begins exercising right away. While exercising, she listens to the emergency broadcast that gives a similar warning to humans to stay locked inside. After running on the treadmill for an hour, Shizuka finally takes a break and begins drinking proteins and vitamins. And then she tries to contact emergency services from everywhere around the world. After failing to do so, unlike Akira, who wrote 100 things that he wanted to do before becoming a zombie, Shizuka writes the 100 things she needed to do so that she didn't become a zombie. Somewhere else, a man ties his boots while running out of breath and reveals that he has escaped the zombie apocalypse. But as he begins to celebrate, a zombie bites him and kills him. The end credits start rolling as we realize that this was just a movie that Shizuka was watching. She explains that she only watched this movie to learn more about zombies and has figured out that there are 2 types of zombies, one that walks and the other that runs. She keeps analyzing more zombies in the real world and identifying which ones are more dangerous than others in her area. After analyzing, she goes out to the convenience store and buys the stuff she needs to help her survive. Her mind tells her to get a cupcake too, but she resists herself as she needs to keep herself in full fitness to survive the apocalypse. So, instead, she takes drinking water. Right then Shizuka hears someone singing about drinking beer and enjoying life. She sees Akira for the first time and wonders why someone in this apocalypse can be so carefree. She looks at the surveillance cam and realizes that Akira has led many zombies in this area. So, she realizes that she has to quickly leave this place, as they are still quite far behind. Akira keeps trying to talk to her, so she begins to think he is a short-sighted person who is unable to think beyond the present moment. So, she ignores him and wonders why someone like him ended up surviving out of everyone. Shizuka then suddenly hears a car horn outside and realizes that she can no longer go out as zombies will be coming here in hordes after hearing the noise. She wonders how she will get through this place and looks at the surveillance to see that a zombie is driving the truck. So, she realizes that she might have a chance to escape, and before leaving, she gives Akira the advice to analyze the risks and change his path. She sees the zombies coming near her but waits for them to come at her at the right moment so that she can make a proper, calculated escape once the out-of-control truck hits the convenience. But Akira ruins her plan and jumps in front of her. Still, she saves him from being crushed by the truck in the nick of time. After the complete annihilation of the store, Shizuka still thinks that her plan went well as the zombies that were in front of her got crushed and she got to escape. She then returns home and reviews what her surveillance camera captured today. In the footage, she again sees Akira rambling about beer, so she wonders how someone can be happy in a state of emergency just because of a beer. She wonders if she would have become happy just like Akira if she had grabbed the cupcake from the store back then. Did you enjoy this recap? If you did, kindly like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can bring you the recap of the next episodes of this exciting thriller anime series. Until next time, stay safe and take care.